What's up? What's up? Happy Friday, y'all. Hope you guys are all doing good. It's been quite an eventful week in the market, that's for sure. SPY hitting all-time highs. I thought we might hit 600 today, but we might not. We might not. We got really close, man. 37 cents off. Very, very close. If you're wondering why I'm wearing glasses today, I just have a migraine that Tylenol can't handle. But it is what it is. Happy to be here with you guys. And this contract up here, this thing was around $15, $20 this morning. And it's just been an absolute beast today. Look at the chart on it. You could have got this for let's call it $18 earlier to 83. Had a nice run. So this is what I was looking at this morning. And some of you guys on that live stream probably already know that. Shout out to all you guys that join those streams and come in and out just to see what's going on. I appreciate it. So yeah, this ran around 300% or so today. That's a nice gain. And we are going to start a $50 challenge soon, very soon. So be ready for that. Just working out some of the details. I'm trying to make it fun and think of creative ways to try to get everyone involved. So be on the lookout for some of those details. Now, the trading challenge I'm thinking of, you don't necessarily have to have $50. So even if you start with 5 or 5,000, whatever it might be, it's going to be more of a percentage gain challenge. But I'm going to also be doing a $50 challenge myself. So I guess it's kind of two challenges in one. But anyways, be on the lookout for that. If you're not in Discord already, link is down below. And I'm very excited about the future. So be ready. If you don't know how to trade options, now is a good time to learn. Good time to at least get the hang of what it looks like to execute trades. So, you know, spend some time in the practice account. And we're going to do that again today also while we compare SPY versus Q. And today, in case you're wondering, SPY is the clear winner. Turn up the tunes just a little bit. Alright, so let's go on over here and start this test, shall we? Now, hopefully we haven't missed most of the good moves of the day. I say it all the time. Trading in the morning is my preference, but there can also be some great opportunity in the after hours, and some of you guys watching, this might be your only time you can trade, so I don't want you guys to be, you know, swayed by what hours you have to trade. It's open for this whole time. There's always moves to be made, so just being patient, wait for pullbacks, watch for supports and resistances. And it gets a little trickier when you're in those kind of uncharted territories. But you know, those solid numbers will be more of a magnet. So 599 is probably going to be support. We'll see if we hold here or not. And resistance, you know, 600 would definitely be a level of resistance. But again, a lot of it comes down to volume too. So 23 million volume on the day is not bad. Let's see what 16 million volume on Q. I wonder if it is possible for Q to pass SPY. Does anyone know if that math checks out? I feel like there is a world in which that happens, but I don't know. Like if you trend it out for 20 years, or maybe even 5 or 10. Not sure I like this song. Yeah. Oh no. This song is my enemy. There's two versions of this. I don't think so original speed, and I don't think so extended, which happens to be 6 seconds slower. That's about enough of that. You know something I forget to do about half the time now, share my stream. If you guys haven't already, please smash that like button. I truly appreciate it. Now it looks like we're at support here. Let's just take a little bit of a gamble and go for a call. So we're going to go for the 600 call on SPY. And we'll go for the 515 call on Q. Now let's see which one performs better. The trend of the day has been SPY has been stronger, but it's never too late to change. And I forgot to... If I don't lock those in, it's so annoying. Alright, here we go. That's locked in. Let's go to the Q option. If you're not sure what I'm doing, I'm just getting the order book up so we can see them. Just a little tedious how I have to do it on here. That's okay. And then back to SPY and Q. Alright, so we got doubling up on SPY. Hold on. Okay, and QQQ. Ooh. I did it again. I'm at it again. Alright, lock it in. Lock it in, folks. Q. QQ. If support breaks here, I definitely recommend cutting your losses. Could also be a good time to potentially hedge. If this momentum continues down, you know, we have had a nice rally for the day. But just be ready. You know, support is right there. You don't want to get stopped out early, but depending on how aggressive you want to be. Actually, let's just go with the hedge. This is for entertainment purposes, folks. I want you guys to see what happens when you hedge, what happens when you ride it out. And I'll let you guys know when I would recommend taking profit. While I just let them ride out on here, because this is just a paper account. If this was a live account, I would not let them ride out. I would you know, take profit and cut losses when I recommend you guys do. So now that puts on SPY already up 16%. Q positions all break even. The only down position right now is that SPY call down $3. So overall we're down about $1 on this hedge. Alright, next song. Hope you guys are all ready for the weekend. I know I am. Oh, take a look at Bitcoin. Get nasty with it. Bitcoin hit new highs. Sheesh. Wow. 77,299. It wants 80,000 soon. I can feel it. It's just on a tear. Look at that. Since the election, absolutely exploding. It's truly expanding. I think this is a lot of new people investing, a lot of old investors just doubling down on their investment. There's a lot of confidence in the market right now. Alright, this song's kind of weak. Kind of weak. Now, before I forget again, I'm gonna share this. Alright. Oh man, gotta love migraines, huh? Alright, let's look at this hedge. It is paying off. Q hedge down 6 plus 6, break even. SPY hedge though, only down 5, up 14. This is a nice successful hedge. And again, SPY paying off a little bit stronger right now than Q. But you never know. It's definitely good to get both of these down and just get used to watching them both. Because over the last week or so of doing these tests, it's quite clear that yes, they can run pretty neck and neck, but some days one is the clear outlier that would be easier to trade, and that's obviously influenced by all the stocks that's within it. And if you want to look at those, it's pretty easy to just Google stocks that are in SPY, and we can also go through that some other time if you guys want. Just let me know. I'm happy to do so. But it is pretty simple, it's just a big group of stocks all put together. Some of them move more than others. Some of them have more market cap, so they have bigger influence than others. Alright, look at this hedge now, and the hedge is paying off for both SPY and Q. Overall, Q up about $2-3, and SPY up about 4-5. Let's see here. Can't quite see the whole screen. Make this a little bigger. Alright, so SPY hedge up 5, Q up 2. Now remember, always lock in profits. Be grateful for green. And it is tricky. It gets really tricky sometimes when you're in a hedge. Like, alright, should I just cut losses here? Should I take profit here? Just be aware of where they're at. Be aware of support's at. Is it going to bounce? A candle like this with that bounce, it looks like we found support. So that's what I would lean to. So if your put is up, just be ready to lock in profits. You don't want to watch your hedge go green and then back to red while your initial position goes red back to green. If you play it out right, you can make much more money and leave less on the table while lowering your risk. So it is a bit of a dance, and you definitely have to have the right price action to do it successfully. But you can certainly, walk away green on both sides of the trade. Now watch, these calls might just go back to green, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. So those puts are currently up, and if we can continue and break through this resistance level right here, then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, next song. I feel like the music could be louder. What do you guys say? that too much. Oh boy, oh boy, Oberto. I was pretty close to not doing this live stream on camera. Of course, I have that other live stream, which is up every single day. If you guys want to stop in, you get a big, nice look at the whole market without having to scroll through your app, your watch list. And you can see exactly what I'm looking at, what I'm trading. And I'm kind of in and out of the chat on there, so if you have a question and you drop it in the chat over there, I'll definitely come back and get to it. So, you know, just kind of hop in and out and you'll see. But I have that going as I'm, you know, running errands and whatnot throughout the mornings. Alright. Losing the glasses, you guys. I don't know how much they're helping or hurting right now. Initially, they help immediately because they're just blue light glasses. So I only really wear them if I have a headache. Maybe I should be a little more proactive, but whatever. I only wear them if I have a headache. But eventually, they kind of hurt the side of my head. So I'm like, I don't know how much this is helping at some point. Alright, update on the hedge. Hopefully you guys took in profit if you were following along in practice. Whether you're in a live or a practice account, you know, make sure you're locking in profits. Get used to the habit. Again, I'm just letting this ride out so you guys can see what happens, because Theta is going to eat these up. There's, you know, a great chance that all 4 of these contracts expire worthless. Yeah, I'd probably say at least 65%, because they are kind of close to the money. And keep in mind, VIX is pretty low right now, so contracts are cheap, which means you can buy them closer to the money at a lower cost. So there's pros and cons to VIX being, you know, where it's at. But oddly enough, it is kind of uptrending on the day. Well, no, it's down 0.4%, but it did. Am I tripping? That's okay, not on the day, but in the last half hour or so, it looked like it was kind of ticking up. But it will be interesting to see how low can we go. And typically VIX inverts the market. Invert. You know what I'm saying. That's not always the case, so don't 100% rely on that. And again, you can also look at the dollar DXY. I'm not sure if it's on here. That's another thing you can kind of look at if you're looking at signs in the market to kind of help give you an edge. I'll show you right now. DXY. My guess would be this would be down, but we'll see. Up 0.46%. Interesting. So let's compare the hour charts on here. I don't think it shows after hours, so it's kind of a hard to compare. But looking at the daily, in April the dollar was all the way down to 100. August to September right here. And you know what? It looks like it's kind of fallen. It's obviously not hitting an all-time high like the market has. But how close are we to that? 114 in 2022. Interesting. So back in 2022 when the market was pulling back, the dollar was ripping. But as you can see, it kind of pulled back and chopped around. So probably not the greatest indicator right now. I'm sure there's certain time frames in history where it's a better tool to use. But yeah. So I don't use it right now. I actually haven't looked at it in a while, so it's kind of interesting to get that update. Alright, back to Q on the chart. An update on this hedge. Down 4 on SPY, down 7 on Q. And those calls are just getting eaten up by Theta with only 49 minutes left on the day. It's basically what you'd expect. 600 is quite a ways away at this point, but I mean, realistically it's only $1.50, but we need the volume. Volume is kind of slow. I think a lot of people are probably checking out for the week, honestly. It's been a long week. Whether you've been trading or not, it has been a long week. So people just locking in profits or just, locking in their positions and moving on is kind of what I would expect. Alright. Look at that. Put both of them up 66, 50%. The Q put, or the Q position, yeah, the Q hedge, man, I need a nap, I think. Q hedge trailing the SPY hedge. Again, SPY was the best play for the day. Q was a little bit slower. Didn't have quite the same breakouts, a little less power. It's pretty plain to see right here. Pre-market, they were falling very close to each other, very close. Market open, SPY with a nice, strong, clear breakout. Q struggling to break out all day, hits resistance, and has a nice little pop eventually around 1300, which is when SPY continued on to new levels, new all-time highs, really. Bitcoin pulling back just a hair. Just a hair on the 30-minute chart. After hitting new highs. Insane. I was saying in Discord how my original position from 2018 is up over 1,000%. Now I couldn't imagine if it was just a couple years sooner. It'd be like 10,000%. Alright, SPY versus Q today. SPY is the winner. Now if we chop out, but all these contracts are going to go to zero. So always be ready to take profit. And I will never get tired of saying it. Be grateful for green, you guys. On days where it's easy to trade, it's also easier to not be as grateful for it. So just keep in mind, some days are easier to trade. Just because you're nailing every trade doesn't mean you finally mastered it. It might just be, easy trends. I guess I'm in the dark right now. It's kind of better for me anyways. This motion light works 95% of the time, but once in a while on stream it just... So anyways, hopefully this looks pretty cool for you guys, because this is what we're working with. I could get... Okay, there we go. So I could get up and turn it off and on, and it will... But anyways, back to the hedge. The hedge are paying off. Will we find support? Hard to tell. A little bit of support right here. It's starting to feel like the market might want to pull back, take some profit for the weekend though. So we'll see how these play out. If the market does break strong for power hour in either direction, these will pay. Because of how low VIX is, these are pretty cheap. Typically you can't get that close to the money for that low cost. unless VIX is cheap. So pros and cons. The con to contracts being so cheap is they move much slower. If you're trading a $5 to $10 contract right now, you're gonna need a really good move in the market. So you'll see these calls not looking good. Should probably switch this to the puts, but we'll see. We'll just let them play out. Alright, you guys, 45 minutes left on the day. Left on the week. Let's see what happens. It is cold, old, man. 62 right now, but it was like 51 when I first got in here. Ice, ice, baby. Let's really zoom in to the 30s. Actually, you know what? 15. Let's get wild with it. I need to see some action. Big fan of the 15 and 30-second charts. I like to see those micro trends. It's like micro machines. Watching this play out. Chopping in the slight downward channel. If it rejects here, I expect it to make lower lows. Hopefully it doesn't get caught in a 25-cent range. That's not impossible though. Alright, let's see if I can find something funny to pull up. It is Friday. It is Funny Friday. I don't know. I'm drawing blanks over here. Oh man, I feel like everything is so political right now. I'm trying to stay unpolitical in here. Happy birthday to Steve Caballero, huh? I'll say that. Man, it's still shredding. Let's see. Looks like we also are getting ready to break support. We shall see. Alright, breaking support. Looks like it. Looks like it. Let's see some action. We're just gonna go ahead and update this. What is going on? Update. Here we go. And we got SPY 598 puts. Absolutely ripping. SPY put up 83%. First, the Q put up 8%. Clear winner of the day. Breaking. Q will follow. There it goes. Alright, the SPY put up 130%. Now this hedge up on SPY, but still down on Q. Which is better, SPY versus Q? Well, today we have that answer. SPY put up 130% still. Let's see if we can continue. Or will we bounce? 15-second chart will tell you first. Alright, we're bouncing. Q looking a little more choppy than SPY. Pulling back to support. And Q kind of within that chop zone. But I think Q also made new highs. Let's just confirm. Yeah. Q and SPY both hit all-time highs today. Not always the case. SPY was hitting all-time highs for a while Q hadn't reached those yet. You can see it just hit them a few days ago. Okay. Support or not? That is the question. Bouncing. So it was a great opportunity to take profit on your put. Remember, you can always get back in. If you're up 100% and you're not taking profit, ask yourself, what the hell are you doing? You should at the very least put your stop at 100% profit. If you don't, I mean, you're truly just being greedy. Because even if we come back up here and reject, like I said, you can just get back in. The tricky part happens when you run out of buying power. So always be aware how much buying power you have left and what options are available with that much money. And that can kind of help you, decide if you want to be more patient. If you want to be a little bit more risky, maybe you don't lock it in at 100. Maybe you're like, all right, I'm going to let it go at 80% if it really pulls back, just because I want to give this more time to breathe. Alright, music. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm feeling shiitake. Hey. Shiitake. Trying to ignore it, but I'm about ready to lay down, you guys. We got 33 minutes left to go on the day. Let's power through it. SPY put up 50%. And we are in a downward channel. Looks like we're gonna stay that way. Alright. Let's draw some lines. Let's get wild. Oh boy. Alright, SPY put back to 66% profits from its peak of 133. So this could be another entry point for you. You could be adding here. There's lots of options. No pun intended. $63.8 degrees. I know, that's what you guys were wondering. Thinking, damn, is he cold? Why, yes. Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. Alright, support. Say adios, muchacho. Get the hell out of here. Alright, SPY put back to 83% profit while the Q back to break even. And the SPY hedge overall up just slightly. There has been quite a few opportunities to take profit though. Alright, up 116%, Q put up 16%. Looks like we might break support here. Let's be patient. Patience pays. There we go. And how low can we go? Well, let's look at support to know. Feeling like Dr. Zeus right now. But you can see 598 really is going to be support. So this put might go in the money. And over here on Q, 513 a little bit further out of reach compared to SPY. I would say 513.50, but you know, it's only 25 cents. So, you know, 513 is about support. 513.25 to 30 is really more of a support level though. But if SPY breaks, I expect Q to follow shortly after. Look at it following that trend. Like I told it what to do. I drew that trend and I said, you know the rules. Alright, next song. Next song. Nope. Oh man, I hate this song. It's like a kazoo. Who starts a song with a kazoo? Maybe I'm just ignorant, but I feel like a kazoo is not a popular song to start with. Holy smokes, folks. Take a look at that. Our SPY put up 180, 200%. Q put up only 16%. That answers the question today. What was stronger? SPY the clear winner. And the hedge really paying off. I mean, the SPY hedge is going to cover all the losses from the Q at this point. So that's nice, looking nice. Always be ready to take in profits, lock them in. But this put going in the money was huge. It's pretty interesting how one contract sometimes is boom, all you need to wipe them losses right off the table. But it was no huge surprise. You know, the trend is your friend. Draw that trend. I told you guys. I drew it. And then I said to SPY, I looked it straight in the eyes and I said, you know the rules. And there you go. That's all you have to do. Now, there's no guarantee that works every time. But technical analysis is king, man. This is proof right here. We could bounce here. We could also continue. But this is the move that I was looking for. This is where I'd be wanting to take in profits. I mean, up 200% on the move. After it going up 130, pulling back to being up only 50, and then running to 200. You could have got back in. You could have doubled down. You could take profit with one of them right here, let the other one ride, and then be very conservative, put your stop loss at 50%. There's lots of different ways to go about it. But if you were only watching Q today and that's what you only traded, you would have been, you know, you've been struggling. You wouldn't have saw that huge gain on your put. So be aware. But there's also days where that's the case for SPY, where I've been trading SPY, and if I would have been trading Q, it would have went way better for me. And what this test has really kind of shown for me is it's pretty consistent throughout the day. The signs are pretty early on in the day, you know, in the first hour or so. One of them starts to outperform the other one. Excuse me. And then that kind of carries on throughout the day. So you can kind of, from what I've seen from this experiment, kind of rely on, you know, that initial hour of the day on which one's being stronger. That has historically been what has continued on for the day. So, last week there was some SPY. Man, I think I'm lagging just slightly. I'm sorry, of course. Right when I'm on to something good. But there's a SPY. I don't know. I've lost it. You guys. The point is, you should be watching SPY and Q, because there's days when Q moves more than SPY and vice versa. Today was a prime example of SPY really paying off. This put itself covering the losses for you know, both calls on each side, while the Q put just kind of being a loser, you know, break even. SPY put up 200%. Pick your poison. So just be aware that there's differences. There's some days where they run pretty close to the same too. Today, not one of them. Not one of them. And I'd say so far it's kind of been 50-50 or 33. It's like a thirds rule, honestly. Like a third of the time, one of them's running, and the other third, they're kind of the same, if that makes sense. All right, next song. Next song. Looks like we're gonna continue. How far can this put go? Up 250% so far. Big money on this one. Patience really paying off. And honestly, if I was holding all this Q, I'd probably just throw it out the window. It's kind of wasting your time at this point. And if it doesn't move much, you know, it's not going to hit 513. And really, this is a good point to go, all right, there's 30 minutes, 25 in the day. Just close it all out. Take your money, walk away. Be grateful for green. Of course, it could keep running. How aggressive do you want to be? Set your stop loss if you want to, you know, hold on to your hope a little bit longer. But locking in those big gains. I mean, it was just up 250. Now it's up 150. We'll see. 24 minutes left. Where's the next level of support? It was 598. Let's look at the 5 minutes. And my God, I'm getting a little dizzy right now. A little tipsy. 597.50. We could see it close around there. If that breaks, 597. Sometimes when I'm reading out levels, it sounds so obvious, but I mean, it's just really coinciding, and it just so happens that that's what happens. It's no mystery where support and resistance are most of the time. It's a little trickier when you're trading, you know, new highs and things like that. But if you're just looking at every 50-cent mark, you're gonna see, you know, some sort of level of support and resistance, just based off people naturally buying at those solid amounts, buying and selling. You don't normally enter an order to sell at 599.63. You know, that's pretty random. And that's all part of that trading psychology. And of course, a lot of the market is influenced by algorithms now and things like that. When I first started trading, that was a much smaller percentage. I'd actually be curious to see what it was back then compared to what it is now, because it's changed a lot. Like, how much of the market is just controlled by straight algorithms on a daily basis, or just computers buying and selling, versus actual people trading or hedge fund managers making changes in their positions? I don't know. All I know is there's a lot of money out there, you guys. It's all for the taking, one day at a time. So what you're probably going to see is most of these contracts expire worthless. The one with the greatest odds right now is obviously 598. If we can hold below 598, you might see this baby just closing the money. But again, I would not encourage that. I recommend taking profit when you're hitting that peak. You know, go with the momentum. There was strong downward momentum right here. Lots of time to get out, lock it in. Or at the very least, set a stop loss. Because watching a trade like this go green to red, ooh, that's painful, and that's gonna hurt your confidence for sure. Man, I am just chopping out. It seems like. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what the deal is with the gosh darn internet right now. But we are lagging pretty hard. Harder than normal. And sometimes we can lag. Alright. Trend is your friend, baby. How low can we go? You know, these were only $12. You could have bought a couple of them with a small account. taken profit once at 150 the first time, held that other one, and it's so nice once you're in that position because you can just relax, and it is just blissful when you're in that position and the market really moves in that direction, which kind of feels like it wants to happen. We might see 597.50 in the next 20 minutes pretty easily. If a move happens like that, it's probably going to be a quick big candle similar to this one. Alright, I'm trying to close some stuff to see if this choppiness is just killing me right now. I don't know. Struggling. Alright, here we go. Are we going to break support again? Let's look at the 15-second chart. I'll only change it on SPY though. Q's a little boring right now. Alright, you're going to see it break here first. 597.84. Come on. Thoughts on this music? Does it make you happy? Does it piss you off? I need answers. Here we go. 280, 275. This contract's a real beast. And look at that. That SPY position overshadowing the losses on Q. Q just being a complete and absolute loser today, while SPY making the big man moves. And even though this call is essentially worthless already, this position up almost 300%, only down 11 on there. This is a very successful hedge. Lock in those profits, you guys. I'm going to let this ride out for entertainment, but hey, it does not hurt to lock in profits and just be grateful for green, especially 17 minutes left on the day before the weekend. And again, I apologize if you're just tuning in here. What is this choppiness? This quality is probably it's driving me crazy too. So thank you so much for coming by. If you can't stay for long because it's choppy, I understand. Please hit that like button on your way out, and I'll try to figure out what the issue was today. I might just have too much open right now. I don't really know. I don't usually have this bad of problems, and my internet is strong, so it is what it is right now, I suppose. And I don't want to switch the screen up because the market is, this contract's a beast, so I want to let it play out. Let it see its potentials. Alright. Whoa. That's very Cinco de Mayo. Alright, we're going to break this next level of support. Where are we going to land? 597.50. That level I've been calling for 20 minutes. Oh, jeez. Alright, this contract up 290%. It's going to hit $50 just a moment. $0.18 away from my target. Come on, baby. Alright. fizzling out a little bit in the stream. I don't know why it's lagging so bad. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know what the issue is. But I will tell you I will work on it, get it better for Monday. How far will it go? We're gonna turn around here. 598 seems like a pretty decent level. And we are on the bottom side of my downward channel I drew. Looks like Tesla pulled back a little bit too. Take a look. Just wow, 328 to Tesla volatile today, man. Crazy. It was just at 240 a few days ago. Alright. We might see a bounce for the last 10 minutes. That's kind of what the market likes to do. Inverse whatever it was doing for the last 10 minutes. We'll see though. Sometimes it keeps running. The market never ceases to amaze me. What ceases to amaze me is how this is still lagging. That amazes me. But I think it's getting a little better. I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna test it again.